right. Hello. Hello. Wait, is this thing on? Okay. Hello and welcome to Inthevalley. I'm your sexy, lovely, beautiful host, Peter. Hi. And then we have what's your guys' name?
We are Discarnate Motions.
Discarnate Motions. All right. And we're here at this wonderful, beautiful place at Sound Studios. And can you guys stop me from talking? Can you start playing? Start playing.
All right, we are Discarnate Motions, and this first song is called Condemned to the Cove.
All right. So, what's the name of that song?
Condemned to the Cove.
Condemned to the core?
Cove.
Cove.
Yeah.
Damn. So, how about you guys introduce you guys yourselves, like your origin, like who you guys are together?
I'm Aaron.
I'm Fernando.
Yeah.
I'm Jose.
And I'm Mariano.
Mariano. And how did you guys come together to form this metal band?
Well, I was a part of a project some years back
Yeah.
with an ex-guitarist, and that band slowly evolved into this band.
Yeah.
And here we are, and we went through a couple lineup changes, but this is the best we've ever felt as far as our current lineup.
You guys sound pretty good to me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
A bunch of credit to our new drummer right now, because
Let's get that beautiful face over there.
this is his first time playing in front of a crowd
Yeah.
with us. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Don't blush, man. It's alright. But yeah, how about everyone else? Like, you guys talked about being a project. Like, where'd you guys come from?
Well, I was, a long time ago, I was in a death metal band, didn't really go anywhere. And then I met this guy through a friend of mine.
Yeah.
And then he asked me to do the band thing because I got a 7-string. I got it recently at the time, and I was like, sure, I'll try. I'm new to the 7-string, so I don't know how it's going to work out, but it's working out pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm able to write different than I would like on a 6-string, just because you have like that extra low string. So it really helps us.
I saw you just shredding up there, man. And even during the practice, I was just like, damn,
Yeah.
this guy knows his stuff.
Yeah. What about Ms. Fernando?
Just so you guys know, you guys have your own mics.
Oh,
Bam.
Yeah, we're all
Yeah,
mics.
Oh,
Well,
Check.
technical difficulty on
but it's
that.
all good.
Yeah. But it's alright. Pass the.
Well, yeah, I was actually in another band a few years back. We had a lot of potential, but it didn't work out
Yeah.
as I thought it did. And then he actually asked me to join the band for a few months, and then he kicked me out because it wasn't showing, enough, I don't know, like enough passion. And then about a year later, he asked me again, and I guess I was ready for it.
How about you back there? I heard you just replaced someone from the
So,
grapevine.
I actually know all of these guys through my brother, and they were all my brother's friends, and I met them.
Yeah.
And they needed a drummer because something came up with their old drummer, and so
So
they
now
asked if
they're
I
your
could do
friends.
it, and yeah, now I'm here.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's good. And what made you guys do you guys all come together on the genre, or did you guys have different backgrounds in music?
I would say we all have pretty similar backgrounds in music. Like I might, I'm a CD collector, so I just grab anything I can at a Goodwill, along with
Mhm.
technical death metal. I think that's the core of this band is technical death metal, but we try to, I guess, individually incorporate things that we like. I would say he's more of a kind of loud grindcore guy. I'm more of a, I guess you can say, like, I really take inspiration from when I was younger in the new metal background, but
Yeah.
slowly evolving into more tech death styles, such as like vocal styles from Oliver Aleron from Arcspire. This guy just straight up technical progressive death metal, and
Yeah.
I would say,
Right about the same.
yeah, progressive. And our bass player who couldn't make it tonight.
Rest in peace.
I would say he's the he's the biggest prog head of
Yeah.
us all. He's takes inspiration from bands like Periphery, Cloud Kicker, and so forth.
So wait, so your inspirations, what's your guys' inspirations together that formed this band? Like, what comes together? Like, this is how we're gonna sound like, or this is who we're gonna.
I would say our biggest influences, we all take inspiration from a band from, I think they're from San Francisco, Fallujah?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Fallujah.
Fallujah, check them out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe other bands like Neoblithiscaris. And I guess individually we'll just all name bands. Like I like a band called Iris Liberoans.
I'm in one band, which we actually have a show in like 2 weeks in LA with them. They're called Warforged. I believe they're from-
What was it? Orforge?
Warforged?
Oh, Warforge. I'm hearing Orforge.
Yeah, orgy, what? No.
Bleep.
Yeah, they're actually like a huge inspiration towards me and my style, you know, like in writing. So
So you're gonna open up for them. That's what I'm hearing. right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, nice.
that's pretty exciting.
Shout out to Metal Assault.
Yeah.
Metal Assault.
Getting us that show.
Who's that?
That is a local promotion company from LA.
Yeah.
And the person that we got it through, that I think is the founder of that company, if I'm not mistaken, is Andrew Bansal,
Hmm.
who's also a metal journalist.
All right. So if you're a metal band out there, you know, contact these guys. All right. Well, show us that next song. Show us that what was it, 7 strings over there?
Yeah.
Show it, rip it up, man. Tear me a new one.
Once again, thank you all for having us. This next song is called The Deepest of Comas. Slight diminish, the less than slight. Vibration that shoots pulse, keep the glove out my sight. Eyes looking to the other side. Eyes, say goodbye.
like, ooh, and then after, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bless you. New Dragon Ball Z movie coming out. You know, you guys could, get that fighting music over there. So aside from that, like, what's your guys' what's the name of that song?
The Deepest of Comas.
The Deepest of Comas, and what's it about?
The EP that we soon plan to release.
Yeah.
All these songs are a story about metaphorical situations of coming into love and
Yeah.
then going out into like a dark place and then thriving out of it. So this specific song, The Deepest of Comas, is about wanting to go into a coma to see your loved one again, because in actuality, in the real life, love doesn't exist anymore.
I can kind of see what you're talking about right there. So in that case, like, what's your guys' creative writing process through that? Like, like you just said, like, real life things and stuff like that, right? So, what mainly ties into that? Do you just like view something in the news, or do you just see something on social media where it's just like, I gotta write about this, or I have a song, like an idea for a song, and then you get together with these guys and.
Most of these lyrics are from my personal experience.
Yeah.
A specific personal experience that happened in my life.
Oh man.
But going back into the first song, Condemned to the Cove, that took slight inspiration from the movie Castaway, where the character.
That's a good movie.
Yeah, the character
Yeah.
is on an island with no one to talk to, but he's still longing for that love, and he can't. It's almost impossible to reach.
You gotta be
It's
thinking about that
about
movie
Wilson.
though, yeah.
Yeah.
Very deep.
It's about Wilson.
It's all about Wilson.
It's not about the chick that he's waiting for years for or anything like that. It's hardcore Wilson, yeah.
It's all about hardcore Wilson, man.
But
Yeah, I mean, he usually, he'll come up with the lyrics as far as like this music goes. Me or Fernando will come up with like riffs that we like, just to go for. I just like to write from songs that I had heard that I liked. I
Yeah.
just like to mimic that, but make it my own. And I just like to go for just really dark, heavy, stuff like I don't know if there's a group called Dragon to Sunlight and
Yeah.
groups like Ulcerate. I like to really go dissonant and dark and big sounds. So
yeah, just to what I was listening today, like, shit on me, whatever. But today I was listening to Snuff by Slipknot.
Uh-huh.
And dude, man, like the lyrics in that song are just so.
It's fucking depressing.
It's fucking yeah.
Yeah.
And then even in the music video in that, like what he did with the glass,
Yeah.
that was a real thing. Like he actually like cracked the glass,
yeah.
to feel that.
Pretty deep, man. Like, it goes pretty deep.
Yeah. So I mean, I kind of, I kind of get what you, and I guess, well, you going for that second song, like I felt that. I'm just saying the first song and everything like that, but in the second song is what I really, really got what you were trying to, go for. And then, we didn't get to you. What's your kind of take on it?
Mainly, if I'm having a bad day, I just sit down and write.
Yeah.
Like if I'm like pissed off at something or at someone, I just start writing, and that's what I write.
Yeah. Like when System of a Down decided to just take the bus for the first time and
Yeah.
decided to write Lonely Day, right?
Yeah. Pretty
That,
much.
not a real thing, not canon, but
That's my writing process.
Yeah.
I just joined the band, so I'm yet to join the writing process with them.
yeah. But what about before? What was your process in that? Like, did you make your own music, or what actually got you inspired to do your thing in the band? At least give your spot in the band.
Well, when I first started, even playing drums, it all started just with Rock Band, just a video game.
Oh,
a few years
yeah.
ago. I started getting really into playing beats and stuff.
If I could do something here, I could do it for real.
I've been playing for like
Yeah.
6 years now, and mostly during the first few years of me playing, I kind of would just pick up the sticks and try to learn songs that I liked,
Yeah.
from my favorite metal bands like Lamb of God, stuff like that. And eventually I started getting more I started becoming more independent with it, where I started practicing for hours on end, just simple techniques, just so that I could benefit myself in terms of skill and all that. And then just recently, like last year, I joined a band for the first time called Lost in Antares. Played a few shows with them, and I actually played a few shows in high school too. I had a jazz band in high school, so I used to play,
yeah.
a lot
So you
of,
guys,
like,
you got that kind of
educational
feel
stuff.
and that little like beat to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I come from like different backgrounds, so I listen to jazz, metal, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all that basically shaped my
Influences.
yeah,
Yeah.
shaped all the creative stuff with the drums that
That's pretty good. And how is it with you guys getting shows out there and everything like that? Is it pretty positive? Or you guys are still starting off because you're a new drummer?
Well, again, this band, it kind of evolved from a different band. So we still have our audience that knows us.
Yeah.
And I would say currently we've been on a bit of hiatus, but still there's still that core group that has been asking for us, like, hey, when are you guys going to play again? And when we post little things like we have been lately on our social media,
Yeah.
they're like, finally, I'm waiting for you guys to come back. So we're not claiming to be the biggest band in the world, but we're definitely we do our best to make honest music, and I think people that have witnessed us really appreciate that.
Do you guys find it hard coming together with your personal lives and juggling this at the same time?
Yeah, it's pretty difficult because for a while our bass player was like coming in and out from Southern California because he was doing college over there. So
Oh, wow.
he'd be there most of the year and then
Yeah,
come
he-
down for a couple days.
He went to Humboldt and then would come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, he was really dedicated then.
Yeah, and then with my construction, sometimes I have to go out to Colorado or like other states, so that's kind of annoying. But work's work, and it's good.
No, yeah.
It's good. I can't complain.
Has that ever? Oh,
Yeah, and for me, I was actually gone for a year. I was actually in Oakland for school and work, and pretty much, like I'm back now, so like I'm back with the band. But I think that whole year took a huge toll on the band, and so, like I started coming back with my family and just come back with the band.
We did our best to also stay productive during that time.
Yeah.
So with the members that were still down here, we would send other members still scratch tracks of songs that we were already working on, and they would send us,
you guys
their
kept in
lines.
communication.
Yes,
Yeah.
we did most definitely.
As much as
because,
we could, yeah.
We, again, like I said earlier, we really believe in our current lineup, and we, along with our new drummer, Jose,
How was it?
we pride ourselves on having great chemistry.
Mhm.
And for example, our bass player Josh, who couldn't be here, we didn't want to lose him. We had contemplated the idea, okay, if we get a new bass player, our background requires us, not requires, but we would like a bass player who's a bass player, not just a guitarist that jumps on bass. That
Yeah,
a lot of
you
other
want
bands
someone
do.
to at least
Yeah.
have a key instrument kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Like that's their main thing. Yeah.
And with inspiration from progressive music,
Yeah.
that's core and key to us.
And has it ever been like a huge problem? Like you said, you guys keep in communication with each other, especially if you guys are spread apart around the country. But like has it ever been like a huge problem for you guys? Where it's to the point where like some of you guys actually felt like it might, like reality might hit you with like I gotta focus on this, or versus like what you want to do with this is your passion. I assume it's your passion, right? So does reality affect your passion, or does your passion affect your reality?
I mean, there's been times where we slowed down a lot, and it felt like we weren't making any progress, and it was kind of at a standstill. But every time that would happen, we would get together because we're all good friends. We'd
Yeah.
get together, and that would just come up in conversation after a while. We'd hang out, and then we'd realize where we'd be at with the band, and so we would do what we can to push forward. And then there's been times where we may have like, not clash, but see eye to eye differently on writing and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, we all just kind of try to work together and try to learn how to, you know, work with everybody's differences, you know.
Do you feel like that's necessary in a band?
Yes,
Definitely.
absolutely. It can't just be one guy, you know, telling everybody what to do. Everybody's got to be
Yeah.
in there together. I mean, sometimes there might be two guys who do a lot, let's say, but everybody at this has to be at least. And I'm not saying that with us. But
No, yeah,
with
yeah.
Other bands that can happen. You know, you have two guys that might do most of the writing or something, but it's always important that everybody in the band participates and does their own. You know, because
Yeah.
that's what makes everybody unique. Otherwise, people become replaceable. You know.
Yeah.
And that's sometimes that sucks. You know.
Yeah.
It's good to.
I kind of know what you mean. Where it's like, you know, you guys have this like good relationship
Yeah.
where you are able to get someone else to play that part, but it would be like they have big shoes to fill or something like that,
Right.
you know.
Right.
And to have a big piece in a band. You know, in that, you know, what would you have to, what advice would you have to give to like artists that are trying to start up, you know, and come together in a band or have conflicts or like find themselves in a similar situation where they're spread apart, you know, juggling work and this at the same time? Like, what would you say to them? Everyone, like each and every.
I'll let Fernando start with that. I gotta think.
That's a good question. I would say you have to have passion for it. That's it. I mean, to me, it's just passion.
Yeah.
Everything else, like, I don't know, like a car, you know, like if you have money, that's all last, you know. Like if you have the passion, then you can do anything, to be honest. And that's all I can say to other bands and musicians. That's it.
I think definitely passion should be the key. There's definitely two sides to music, which, you know, some people lean more towards the business side and some people lean more to the artistic side. We personally believe we choose the artistic side. Maybe our music isn't as marketable as something, you know, the bands that are on Warped Tour, you know, because, you know, with all due respect, and, you know, we don't mean any harm by this. So some bands make simpler music that is more marketable
Yeah.
to mainstream audiences, and there's nothing wrong with that. But, you know, we definitely, the majority of the music that we take inspiration from, they're kind of in the middle ground. They're not like the most underground, but they're not the biggest band. You know, they're right in the middle because they choose to be selfish, respectively selfish
Yeah.
with their art.
Yeah.
I just think that as long as you have the people in the band see eye to eye as far as where you want to go with the music, and you have patience, and like Fernando said, passion, and like Jeremy said, you see eye to eye. I think that's very important, because with that, then you'll be able to, you know, kind of get over the conflicts and stuff. Because there's always going to be some head clashing, or there's always going to be hard to get everybody in one room. But just don't give up, and just remember who you looked up to. Just watch a video of them playing or something.
Yeah.
And remember, oh yeah, this is why I'm playing music. It's because I watched that and I want it to be like that, you know, or something. Like a big inspiration for me was Wayne Static from Static X.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, for a while I was kind of lost. Like I said, when we weren't doing much for a while, I was kind of lost. So I started listening to Static X again because it's been a while, and watched a lot of interviews of what he had to say and stuff about music, and I was like, oh, you know, brought the inspiration back to me.
That's good.
Yeah, I definitely agree that having passion for music, for the music that you're writing, and for your band is probably the most important thing. Along with that, probably goes dedication. I see a lot of bands who,
That's a
you
good
know,
one.
maybe who want to make it big, and maybe they're not seeing that type of progress within the first few years, and they give up, you know. But you never know. You could be grinding for like 10 years, and on the 11th year, that's when you get discovered. So.
Yeah.
It's definitely comes down to the dedication you have for it, you know, sticking through it and doing it together.
Yeah, I hear some people don't make it until like they're 30,
Yeah.
you know. So, yeah, that's a pretty you know, dedication and like, you know, that goes hand in hand with like discipline and stuff like that, and it's a passion. You know, with that also being said, the whole thing when you were talking about business and artistic, you know, and it's they're two separate things, you know, obviously, but you know, would you say as a band, an independent band, right? Like you guys don't have a manager yet or anything like that. Do each and every one of you guys share a position in trying to market you guys yourselves, or do you have like someone in the band to just do it all in one?
I would say as far as that goes, we are somewhat ignorant to that. We have been learning more of that recently because I have a friend who's working in paralegal work, and she's a musician, so shout out to the band Valkyrium.
Valkyrium.
Yeah. And
We'll get him on an episode.
As far as just promotion goes, it just takes little steps, like, you know, back to old school days where you just, you know, word of mouth. But now you have things like social media and Facebook, you know.
Do you feel like that makes it harder on artists, or like sets a standard for some people, like where it gets them like it makes it more difficult for them to get shows and get picked up?
I don't think it makes it more difficult per se. It makes it more competitive.
Yeah.
I'm guilty as charged to be secretly on my phone at work on and off, but that has worked to our advantage because the show we're playing on August 13th at the 5-Star Bar in LA, opening for Warforged. We got that show because, you know, we just look on local shows. We're like, oh, this happens to be playing in our area. You know, as soon as you know that, you call the promoter, or, you know, write to them like, hey, do you have another spot on the bill? And they're like, oh yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You know, things like that. You really have to jump on shows as quickly as you can, and, you know, agree as a band how many tickets you're going to sell. Can each member make up for that amount of tickets? We've learned recently of a band that I won't mention, but it's a bigger band. All their members quit that band, and a certain venue in Hollywood happened to be charging an outrageous price for.
I think I know what you're talking about.
For a 7 p.m. for the lowest, for the highest slot for a local to play was 7 p.m. and it was $1,000 to pay.
Shit.
Yeah, and it was the venue was the Whiskey. So
yeah,
we've played there many times and we've never had to sell that much money just for such a minuscule slot. So you have to really know what you can sell and whether the show's worth it or not for your band.
So would you also say for artists to you know, mainly know their music and their market kind of thing?
Can you repeat the question?
Would you say that artists need to know their market and their music that they're gonna put out there?
Oh yeah, definitely. We've before most of these guys were in the band. We played shows that were like, oh yeah, we grew up listening to this band, like, you know, as teenagers, or, you know, like early, you know, 12, 13. Let's open up for this band, and then we had to learn the hard way where it's like, well, this band isn't as relevant as they were when we were younger, therefore we are struggling selling these tickets. So we need to play with more modern bands and more bands that are, you know, of current relevance.
Yeah. Damn. So is it hard in the scene then, the music scene?
You just gotta do your homework and know what you're getting into. Like you said, you don't want to get into a show where you're like, oh, we gotta sell these tickets. Yeah, we can do it. And yeah, because you end up running into situations like that. And then you also got to know what to focus on first. You know, you don't want to start a band and then, oh, let's do the logo, and then we make some shirts, and then we, you know, start making designs before you. I've been in bands where that was like the first thing they were thinking of, and I'm like, no, dude, like shirts come last, logo comes last. Let's see what our sound is, so we can base it on that. You know, so it's also having patience and knowing what you're getting into, doing your homework.
All right. Would you guys
definitely? Sorry to interrupt.
No, yeah.
To what he said, I think two things that bands don't take their time enough in doing is your composition of your music you know, some bands try to get out EPs as fast as they
Right.
can, and their EPs end up sounding like crap because, you know, they're like, oh, we want to play shows and stuff like, and a lot of bands fail to realize that, you know, you should take your time and put your most effort into your EP to, you know, at least promote a product, because, you know, there's plenty of bands that go under the radar, and, you know, you never hear about them after like a year or two.
Like which bands? Exactly.
Specifically?
No. It's just like, you know, you never heard of them, so it's just like, oh, like which bands? Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cheesy joke. And in that case, we're just ending that episode like this. Thank you guys once again for being on this show.
Yep.
You know, honestly, and you know, thank you Sound Studios, you know, for this lovely room again. And you guys are gonna take us away. Oh, and check out Inthevalley.tv and our Patreon. And we have support from viewers like you. Thank you. Did I say that right, Chris? All right. Take us away, guys.
All right.
All
here we
right.
go.
Once again, we are Discarnate Emotions. This last song is called Only I. look us up on Facebook. If you see this, we have a show on August 13th at the 5-Star Bar. But you know, you probably won't because this will come out after that. But it's a good historical fact. Thanks.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
Have a good night.
Yeah. Good night, guys.
That was great.
Skibbity boo!
First time playing with it.